Hello students, welcome back to online classes of Darbar Government Senior Secondary English Medium School. Hey students, today we are going to read the chapter 3rd, Glimpse of the Past. Students, there are glimpse of the past of our Indian history. Glimpse means a very quick and not complete view of somebody, something. Means in this chapter we will find glimpse of our past, means glimpse of our history, as how the Indians struggled for their freedom and what was the result of 1857's revolt, and how the British rulers conquered India and how they behaved in India and how they exploited the Indians. So, how the revolt uprose and all the activity we will find in glimpse. So, let's see what's in the chapter. Before you read, students, here are some pictorial glimpses of the history of our country from 1757 to 1857. Students, we will find here some glimpse of the past from 1757 to 1857. These pictures and speech bubbles. Here are the pictures, some pictures and some bubble speeches. Means the peoples are saying something in the bubbles. We will read them. Will help clarify your understanding of the conditions. Means these pictures and these explanations and these speeches in bubbles will clarify the condition of the past, and that led to the event known as the First War of Independence in 1857. Means how, what conditions lead us to the revolt of 1857. All these things we will see in this glimpse. Okay, so let's start. First of all, we can see at an function in Delhi, we can see there is a woman who is singing something. The name of this woman is Lata Mangeshkar, the very eminent singer of India, and she is singing the song "ऐ मेरे वतन के लोगों." Have you heard this song? I think most of the students had heard this song. She is singing the song "ऐ मेरे वतन के लोगों, जरा आँख में भर लो पानी, जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी ज़रा याद करो कुर्बानी." So this is the song, and it's a glimpse of independence, after the independence at Delhi. Okay, and in this picture we can see that there are former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, and this is a picture of Gandhi ji and many eminent patriots who lost their life in our independent war. So we can see many of them and we can recognize many of them as Lakshmi Bai and Lala Lajpat Rai, Tegh Bahadur. Many people we can see in the picture. Okay, let's move to the next glimpse. The second one is the company's conquest. How the company conquests in India with its superior weapons. The British East India Company was extending its power in 18th century India. Means in 18th century, means in 1765, Britishers came India as the traders. They took the permission from Indian kings to trade in India, in Western India. And we can see in this picture that very short part of India was ruled by only Britishers. This is the British territory in India in 1765. Okay, and now let's move to the next glimpse. Indian princes were short-sighted. They couldn't understand that what was the culprit of Britishers. They were very short-sighted, Short-sighted means not considering what will happen in future, means they were unable to consider that what will happen in future. They accepted the proposal of Britishers and they gave them the permission to trade in India in 1765, and very less part of India was under the Britishers, and the Britishers settled in western parts of India, the companies, and they were extending their business, their trade. And the Indian kings were very short-sighted. They were not able to see, to consider what will happen in future, what can Britishers can do in future. As the one king is saying that upstart Raja Baha, call the English merchants, means they will help me to defeat him. Means a king is attacking on another king. When a king attacks to another king, then the Indian king thought that we should call the Englishmen, as we can call the Englishmen to help us, as we can defeat our enemy. And they were getting help from the Britishers, and they were paying for their help. The people had no peace due to the such constant fight. Means the kings of Indian territories were fighting with each other, and there was no peace in India in that time. Let's move to the next pic. The rivalries helped the East India Company, and it could easily subdue Indian princes. Means rivalries means the enemies of, means two kings who were enemies of each other, and the rivalry means the protesting king and his subjects were helping the East India Company, and it could easily subdue. And East India Company was able to subdue. Means subdue means to defeat somebody. Means it was capable of defeat somebody with the help of another king, and he was defeating the kings one by one. Let's see the next picture. A far-seeing ruler, but in that time there was a ruler who was not short-sighted. He was far-seeing. His name was Tipu Sultan of Mysore. There was a king named Tipu Sultan. He was the king of Mysore. He was far-seeing. He was not short-sighted. He fought the British till he died. But there was a patriot king, Tipu Sultan named, and he was far-seeing. He can see the results of helping the Britishers. So he fought with British till he died. Let's see the next pic. Thank you, God. Thank God there is peace in the country. But what happened after the war? The Britishers were subduing all the Indian kings with the help of Indian kings, and they were subduing the Indian kings, and they were conquering the India. And the kings were thinking, what were they thinking? That there is a peace. That there is a peace in the country now. No more wars, no looting by thugs. Means the kings were very happy that they got the help from Britishers, and they were thinking that in the country there is peace and there is no looting, there is no wars by the thugs, and they were very in relief condition. It is God who sent the Britishers. They were thanking the God that God had sent the Britishers to help Indian kings. And the third king is saying that our destiny is linked with them. And the now kings are thinking that their destiny, their luck is linked with the Britishers. They are very short-sighted. They were very unable to see the the conspiracy of Britishers. How did Indian react to these conquests? Their conquest of Britishers, they couldn't understand the conquest of Britishers. They were feeling very relief, and they were thanking to God that there is a peace in the country, and there is no war, and there is no loot in the country by the thugs. The white man has killed or dethroned our kings. The people were these were the thinking of kings, and this is the thinking of general people. What were general people thinking? The white man has killed and dethroned our kings, means the general people were thinking that the English Britishers man has killed or dethroned, means they have killed the kings of India, some territories, and they have dethroned the kings. And what they are thinking then, some kings were not good, but after all they were of his land. But some people were saying that some kings were not good, but some were our kings, our real kings, and they were son of this land, so they should not be killed. Now we have become slaves of foreigners. Now the general people are thinking that they have become the slaves of foreigners, means now the foreigners are ruling them. Let's move to the next glimpse. The third point is British rule. Let's move to the third point. The third point is British rule. In which period the British ruled over India? They ruled over India from 1765 to 1836. Religious leaders preached ideas like untouchability and child marriage. The religious leaders who were in India, they were preaching. They were giving message to India like untouchability and child marriage. Anyone, as the one saint is saying to the people, one saint is saying to the people that anyone who crosses the seas loses his religion. Means if somebody crosses the seas, he will lose his religion. And the next glimpse says all the misery in the world is due to women. Means the India was under the suppression of the superstitions. Means Indians were now involved in superstition. They were thinking that if they will cross the sea, they will lose their religion. And some were thinking that the women's are the most cause, means root cause of the misery of the people. And the truth was that Indian had lost their self-respect because they were unable to understand the conspiracy of Britishers. They were thinking that they are the reason of their misery. They themselves are the reason, but they wouldn't think that the reason of their misery, reason of their condition, reason of their slavery are the Britishers. And Britishers were, but the truth was that the Indians had lost their self-respect. The Britishers scorned them because they lost their self-respect, because the Britishers were scorning them. They were scolding them that natives are unworthy of trust. The Indians were thinking, Indians were so impressed by the Englishmen that what the Britishers say, they would believe that. As the one Englishman is saying that natives are unworthy of trust, incapable of honesty. And the one Indian is saying he is one English Britisher is saying that Indian natives are unworthy of trust and incapable of honesty. But One Indian behind him says that true, your honor, but I am honest. He is saying that it is true that we are unworthy, we are dishonest, and we are unworthy of trust, but I am honest, he is saying. And the next view is being merchants, the Britishers wanted quick profit because they were merchants and they want the quick profits. Their heavy taxes forced farmers to abandon their fields. Means they have forced the heavy taxes on the farmers, and due to these heavy taxes, the farmers were forced to abandon, to leave their fields. But your men are taking all my crop. Means that this is the situation of the India, that how the farmers were suffering, and how the Britishers are exploiting Indian farmers. You are still in arrears. If you don't pay tax, pay next week, I will send you the jail. Means this is the misery condition of Indians. So students, you have seen that how the Britishers were exploiting the Indians in the business and in the farming also. Let's see the next view. Still, the British invented other methods which gave them more profit. What was the invention? The good manufactured in England should not have any import duty. Means they imposed no duty on the export from the England, and the goods that was brought from England in India, they exposed no duty, no charges. They exposed on the goods which was brought from England in India. A good idea, and they think that it is a good idea. The East India Company's laws began to cripple Indian industries. Now, the East India Company has started to cripple means to damage somebody or something, so that he or she is no longer to walk or move normally. Means they have crippled, means kuchal dena. They have crippled the all Indian native industry. Now let's move to the next view. What's the next view? Inevitably famine followed, and the inevitably means that cannot be avoided, means the happening that cannot be avoided or the prevented. And the famine that was inevitable followed between 1822 and 1836. 15 lakh Indian died in the famine. 15 lakh Indian died because of starvation, because of lack of food in India, because there was famine, and the 15 lakhs people died in a famine because of starvation, because they didn't get proper food. The British policies ruined the expert artisans and their business. And what happened to the artisans of Indians and the businessmen of the Indians? The British policies had ruined the expert artisans and their business. These were the side effects of British policies. Now let's move to the fourth point. Now we have been introduced to Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and the timing of his is 1772 to 1833. What happened this time? Raja Ram Mohan Roy, a learned man, means he was a very intelligent, very scholar person from Bengal, understood what was wrong with the country. He was able to understand that what was the wrong with his country. So let us not despise ourselves. So he make the people to believe He told the people that we should not despise ourselves. Despise means to hate, that we should not hate ourselves. Our ancient culture is great. He make the people believe that our Indian culture is great and we are capable of greater achievements. Superstitions have been ruining us, and he is saying that superstitions is ruining us, means that in that time from 1772 to 1833 the superstitions were spread out all the country, and the superstition were destroying. There was a superstition of child marriage, superstition of sati pratha, and against these superstition Raja Ram Mohan fought with the help of Britishers. What happened now? He told his wife Uma, the wife of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Roy was Uma. The name of his wife was Uma. He said to Uma, cows are different colors. This is a very famous quotation of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. What's the quotation? Cows are of different colors, but the color of their milk is the same. As different teachers have different opinions, but the essence of every religion is the same. Means in India there are many religions, there are many cows and there are many colors, but the color of their milk is the same. As there are many practices of religion in India, but the essence of their principle is the same. This is the very famous quotation from Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He was attracted by science and modern knowledge. He was the first modernist in India. Now, knowledge should be practical and scientific. What he thinks? That knowledge should be practical and scientific, he thinks. And let's move to the next view. He crossed the seas. Now he goes to the seas, means he goes to the other countries, and went to England also to see what made the British powerful. There he told them, he sees that what was the thing which made the Britishers powerful. Now he was with the Britishers and he was saying Britishers that we must accept you as rulers, means we Indians are ready to accept as rulers and you must accept as subjects, but you must remember that responsibility a ruler owes to his subject, means there is a responsibility of there are some responsibilities of rulers to their subjects. So he reminds the Britishers their responsibilities also. He started newspaper, but the suspicious Britishers stopped them in 1823. He started his newspaper, but the suspicious, means dishonest, Britishers stopped that newspaper also. Now let's see what happened to the next. But the Britishers continued to oppress Indian. What did the Britishers? Britishers continued to oppress Indian. Oppress means a struggle against of unjust and cruel existence of authority or power. Means the oppression, means they continue to oppress the Indian. In 1818 they had passed regulation 3rd. In the series of the operation they passed a regulation 3rd, regulating act 3rd. Under it an Indian could be jailed without a trial in a court, means they can jail any person without a court trial. What a bad condition in that time was. Now let's see to the next. What happened the next? All the time British officer in India drew big salaries and also made fortunes in private business. All the time British officers in India drew big salaries. They were getting a huge amount as their salaries, and they were making their fortunes in India. They were getting profit. By 1829, Britain was exporting British goods worth 7 crore rupees to India, and in 1829 Britain was exporting to India the goods of 7 crores. The British prospered on the company's loot, while Indian industries began to die. What happened? What was the result of this? The British companies were prospering and the Indian industries were dying. This was the very worst condition. And what happened to the next? Governor General Bentinck reported back home. What he reported to the England, to the Britain? He says in his reports that bones of the cotton weavers are bleaching the plains of India. Means bones of the cotton weavers. जो cotton weavers bones are bleaching the plains of India. Means they are very hard struggling. Farmers are very struggling very hard, and the Englishmen are looting them. So let's see to the next. What happened to the next? The sixth point is dissatisfaction. Now what happens if somebody is looting so improperly, so continuously? Then the person who is looted by will be dissatisfied. He will be frustrated. So this happened to the Indians also. What was the scenario in the period during the period 1835 to 56? Education in India was in Persian and Sanskrit. In 35, an Englishman named Macaulay suggested a change. What does the Macaulay says? We should teach native through the English language. What he says? Macaulay says that they should teach the Indian English now, and the Englishman agreed to him. English education produced clerks to whom the British gave petty jobs. What was the result of English education? The result of English education was the English education has produced the clerks, means a class of clerks whom the Britishers were giving very petty jobs, means very small jobs. And incidentally, it also produced a new generation of intellectuals, means the result of the English education has produced a class of clerk, but some of the people became intellectual from the English teachings. And now what are they saying? They are saying that we must educate our brothers. The people who are very intellectual, they were saying that we must educate our brothers also and try to improve their material conditions, and for what we must convey our grievance to the British Parliament. And these are their suggestions that they must educate their brothers also. And in 1856 you can see on a map, on Indian map, you can see that the yellowish part is Indian territory and Indian states, and the pink part you can see that the British states. These are the British states, and you can see that how much part of India was occupied by the Britishers. Let's move to the next. They cared little about the needs of Indian. Britishers Britishers cared very little about the needs of Indian. They were not worried about the Indians' needs. They were only exploiting the India. Our kings have become puppet, and what are the problems of general peoples? They are saying that their kings have been now puppets of Britishers, and we have lost our jobs also and lands also. Now the Indians have become jobless and landless. They are converting our brothers and they are changing our brothers. They means they are making their brothers their slaves. And you only talk, do something to drive them out. You only talk, and the first frustrated one person says that you only talk, do something to drive them out. Means the Indians are very frustrated, and the peoples raise their voice against the British rulers. They are saying that do something to drive them out. उखाड़ फेंको इनको इंडिया से. And what happened the next? The sparks. What can we see in this pic? You can see in this pic the frustration of Indians, or how the frustration rose in India. We have seen in our previous pics. Now what we are seeing? We are seeing that taxes continue to ruin the peasants. The taxes continue to ruin the people. Peasants means they have exploited very badly the Indians. In Bengal, the Santals who had lost their lands under new land rules become desperate. The Bengal landlords became very desperate. They were very frustrated. In 1855, they rose in a rebellion, and there was a rebellion, and they massacred the Europeans. And in frustration, what they had done? They massacred. They have killed. Massacre means killing of a large number of people and animals. They massacred the Europeans and their supporters alike. What happened then next? Let's see. Discontent was brewing in the East India Company's army too. And what was happening now? The discontentment means the Indian army who was fighting for the British, means the Indian who were working in British company, the army was also dissatisfied with the Angrez, with the Britishers. What is the one army man is saying? The white soldier gets huge pay, means the Britishers were discriminating between the English army and the Indian army, and they were dissatisfied by their discrimination. And the other one is saying, while we get a pittance and slow promotions, means Britishers were discriminating in their pay and in their promotions also. The Angrez asked us to cross the sea, means the Indian army is thinking that the Angrez, means the Englishmen, are awaking them to cross their religious limit. Means the army men are thinking that the Englishmen are against their religion. The sea, which is against the religion, who is the topi wala, to abolish our old age and customs, means they are angry with the Englishmen. And now the army is also frustrated. We must drive out the Angrez. Now they are thinking that we must drive out the Angrez, means हमें अंग्रेजों को निकाल फेंकना है. And what happened then? Sepoy Mangal Pandey, and there was a Sipahi. His name was Mangal Pandey, the adjutant of his regiment, and was executed. What did Mangal Pandey? Mangal Pandey attacked the adjutant. Mangal Pandey attacked a military officer who acts as administrative as assistant of a senior, means he attacked on a military officer and executed him and kills him. Now let's see what happens next. Thousands of other sepoys revolted, and in with Mangal Pandey's voice, thousands of the other sepoys revolted. They were stripped of their uniform. They took off their uniform, means humiliated and put in irons, means the Indian army has took off his uniform, Angrez uniform. Now what happened? Few Englishmen had cared to understand in English customs or people's mind. What are they thinking? Oh, proud Brahmin soldier, do you know that the grease on the bullet you have to bite is made from the fat of cows and pigs? Means the Englishmen are now playing with their customs, with their religion also, with their feelings also, with the Indians feeling. What? Now the Indians are surprised that um, the bullet of the gun was made of the grease. There was a grease of on the bullet which the army man has to bite with his teeth, cut with his teeth. That was made of cows or pigs flesh, fat, and like this the Englishmen were playing with their emotions also. The white man has deceived us too. Now the Indians had understood that the Englishmen are playing with their emotions, with their tradition, and with their feelings also. They were deceiving the Indians. Soon chapatis were sent from village to village to tell the people that their emperor would want their services. Means they have sent chapatis from village to village, and with this chapati the message was spread out all the India. Yes, all my village men will be ready. Similarly, lotus flower circulated among Indian soldiers. Death to the foreigner. The message gave up all help and shelter to the patriots. Means Indian general people also helped the patriots. Now let's see what happened at the end. This is the very large chapter. Now the revolt of 1857 occurred. Then there was a violent outbreak at Meerut, and the first Indian independence revolt rose in 1857 at the Meerut. The sepoy marched to Delhi. After the massacre, the sepoy marched to the Delhi. Long live our Emperor Bahadur Shah. And now the patriots, the rebellions have made Bahadur Shah as a leader. The rebellion spread wider. Now the rebellion was spread wider and wider. Many landlords had lost their lands because of the British policies, and they were sore. And the landlords were also with the rebellions. The white man's rule must end. Yes, we will help you. Now the landlords were helping the patriots and rebellions. And many our Indian kings were also with the rebellions. Many former rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow were bitter. They were also angry with the Englishmen because the Englishman has looted their kingdom. The white man has taken away my kingdom also. They joined the upsurge against the foreigners. All the Indians were united then. Popular leaders. Let's see what comes to the next. Popular leaders like Maulvi M. Abdullah of Faizabad told the people what he told. Rise, brothers, rise. And Angrez is ruining our land. Angrez are ruining our lands. Rise, brother, rise. He was awakening their their peoples. Azimullah Khan, let's see to the net. Azimullah Khan told Tatya Tope what he tells. We should have Peshwa Nana Sahib as our leader in this war independence. Means they are thinking that they should made Nana Sahib as their independence leader. The patriots pounced upon the British and fought pitched battles all over North India. Means they got victory and many patriots were killed and many Angrez were killed in this war. 18-year-old Kumar Singh of Bihar received a bullet in his wrist also. Mother Ganga, this is my offering to you. This is my last offering to you. So, students, I think you have understood the glimpse of the past and you have enjoyed the pictures and you have enjoyed the text also. And students, read this text 2 or 3 times and try to understand. In our next video we will do our back exercise and comprehension check question also. Okay, so that's all for today. Have a nice day.